Hi guys, welcome to our St. Patrick's Day episode.
Hi!
So excited. As you know, the holiday is on March 17th, but did you know, I didn't know, that this holiday commemorates the day that St. Patrick, who was a patron saint, actually he died on this day. So it's an interesting day, but it celebrates the cultures and the traditions of the Irish, the time when Christianity actually came to Ireland, and it dates back to the 17th century.
Wow,
That's
amazing.
cool, right? And nowadays people celebrate it by drinking and eating.
Which
and
is pretty cool too.
lots of fun, lots of good ways to do that. But it's a time actually where Lent is actually suspended. I didn't know that either. So you can enjoy the festivities and enjoy this holiday and celebrate with your
Make
friends.
some food, invite your friends to your house and maybe enjoy together.
Yeah, and you can't pinch us because we're wearing green. So we're a no pinch zone. We made sure.
And have
Lots
lucky
of
here.
green everywhere. It's like our luck today. But today we have something very special for you. That's
I love these
green.
special days.
What is it?
Which
Becca?
means we have chocolates.
Of course we do.
Love it.
So what kind of chocolate is it? Tell us.
Okay, so we have this vegan raw matcha chocolate bars.
It looks so good, you guys. And it's
So
so
good.
special that we're not going to show you here. We're going to take
We'll
you
make there in the
into
kitchen.
Yeah, it's a field trip.
Yes, and the second recipe it's raw vegan brownies, matcha brownies. So they have this frosting matcha on top.
You're going to love it.
They're
Frosting
all
matcha.
green, so it's like
Yeah, and you don't have to bake it.
No, they are raw
Yeah.
vegan, and the brownies are gluten free and nut free. You can always switch for nuts, but it's very special because if you're allergic of nuts.
Not a
There you
problem.
go, no problem,
Done.
nut free and raw,
Yeah.
so easy. You just need blender, a nice blender and a food processor.
So whichever one that you prefer, and no, the cheap one from the dollar store will not work. So make sure you have the one that's strong because you're going to need it.
Yeah,
for
you need
this
to
recipe.
afford a little bit, but I swear they work really great and you can have for all your whole life, no
amazing.
problem. You can make so many recipes with those.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
All right, take a look.
So I'm using here 2/3 cups of raw cashews. You can put in the food processor, or you can use a blender, which is easy. So you can put a 1/3 cup of warm water. Just make sure it's warm, so you make the dough very smooth. Put it here. Now it's 2 tablespoons of cacao butter, but we need to melt it. So I'm gonna double boil. So I'm gonna use a container here. Put it in a pan with water. It's around 2 tablespoons. What's next?
So next you pour your cacao butter into your cashew and water mixture.
Yes, I'm putting on in the mixture now since the cashews and the water. You need to add it in your chocolate bars. It's 1/3 cup of coconut butter. In the store they're very expensive. So what I did, I literally used 4 cups of shredded coconut and I blend it. You blend it till it gets this like very smooth, and then you add a little bit more, like for 7 cups, so you can have more. But it's really easy. But you need like some time just putting a really good blender like the Ninja. I have Ninja, but I mean, it's up to you. And then just shredded coconut and blend it to get very smooth. So there you go. You have a coconut butter. You can even add a little bit, like a tablespoon of coconut oil, just to help to get smooth. It's like nut butters, how you do. But you can buy also in the stores. But you only need 1/3 cup of melted coconut butter. Or like this, it's very room temperature, it's already good to go. Now I'm gonna add my homemade coconut butter, which is 1/3 cup. I'm just gonna add it. 1 tablespoon of matcha, but it's 1 tablespoon. Maple syrup. You can always use coconut nectar, and you're gonna use 3 tablespoons. like to put like a pinch of pink salt. So it's like 2 maybe or 3 turns in here. So I have a little bit of pink salt, and I like to put just a little bit of vanilla extract. Blend it again. So very smooth. So you see the consistency is very like thick, but it's gonna be the way. So normally I like to use a silicone mold, so it already have the size. If you don't have, it's not a problem. You can use a bread pan like around 9 to 5 inches. This is kind of a little bit smaller, but it's something like that you can, you know, put it there, and then you can just cut it into bars. But since I have the mold, I would rather just put it here, and you can scoop.
So what are you doing?
This helps to get even, very like flat, because we want a chocolate bar very flat. So it just helps, but you can always put a spoon to flat all those edges. But it's fine to get a little bit crispy. You're gonna put in the freeze and let wait for 12 hours. So after 12 hours, it should be something like that, very like, you know, harsh. So it's good to take it out. And it's gonna look like. So this is gonna be your middle chocolate bar. This matcha, creamy, vegan chocolate.
Yes, they look like soap bars, but they do not taste like that.
No. What you need, it's around like 2 melted dark chocolate. We do have a homemade dark chocolate in another special video that I did for Valentine's Day. So if you want to know how to make your own homemade chocolate, you can check it out on another video. So when it's melted, like this, you can then get that fillings, the matcha chocolate bars fillings. Put in the dark chocolate, a little bit, take with a fork, take the excess, and put in a parchment paper, make sure that's not gonna stick. Now if you're gonna get fancier, you can sprinkle a little bit matcha on top of them. And then you can come back them to the freezer just to hard up. So what we're gonna need now for the brownies, this is for the dough and it's raw. So you need 1 cup and a third of pumpkin seeds, and then 1 cup of shredded coconut. So of course we have here 2 cups and 2/3. Put them together. So that's the first thing first. So let's chop first. Be careful with the noise. Process. Make sure to see it's still a little bit pieces, but it's very like already kind of fine pieces. You can even process a little bit more to very like fine crumbs. So now what we have to add is 2/3 cups of dates, and make sure they don't have any seeds or things like this. So you make sure you take it out and make sure that's, you know, all without seeds of dates. You can also add a 1/2 cup of any other dry fruits. Normally you can use raisins, but I didn't have raisins to be honest, so I have apricots and it worked really good. So any dry fruits of your preference. So add that together. Now for the matcha, we need 2 teaspoons So we need 2 teaspoons of matcha powder. A 1/3 cup of cacao powder. And make sure it's cacao, you know, you guys already know, it's raw, healthier. I like to add a little bit vanilla as well, so you can add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. There you go. 1/4 teaspoon of pink salt, which normally I kind of just go by looking, so something like that. You process everything, it's gonna look like something like that. You see, it's very like crumble, it kind of stick but not stick. So now the secret is putting a little bit of water. It depends depends of the dates, the dry fruits you use, depends of the moisture. So you need to make sure the dough is going to be like something that you can hold it together. So I'm gonna start with around maybe 4 teaspoons of water. It's getting there actually. With 4 teaspoons of water, it did actually a really great job. You see like now how you see how the dough is getting there? So actually I'm not gonna add that much anymore. I'm probably just put maybe 2 more, and actually we're good. I'm surprised. Last time I used 10.
It changes depending on the dates and, you know, the temperature, I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna just put a little 2 more. Just make sure. It really stick together. See? That's the consistency we wanted. Let me just switch here. So you're gonna put in here, press really good together, and let it freeze a little bit till you do the matcha frosting. You don't need too much, just till you prepare the matcha frosting, but it's gonna be something like that. You see when you take it out, something that you can hold it nicely. That's how we want it. And you can press really good together. So you can leave it now in the freezer. Just leave it there till we get the matcha frosting. But you don't need to leave it long. As well, when you just till you gotta making the matcha frosting, and it should be good. So what do you need for the matcha frosting? A 1/4 cup of coconut oil, which I believe it has a 1/4 cup here. I'm gonna put it in your blender. And a 1/3 cup of mashed avocado, which normally usually is a half avocado, right? So I'm gonna only use a half avocado. And water, warm water, so you need 4 tablespoons. Three tablespoons of maple syrup. Now you're gonna need a teaspoon and a half of matcha. So 1 full teaspoon and just like a half. And a half teaspoon of vanilla. But again, I like to put a little bit of salt just to bring it up the flavor. So just a pinch of sea salt. It has to be very like smooth, this really green color.
Which is perfect for St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, very green. Just spread it on the topping. Now come back to the freezer and wait for around 2 hours at least in the freezer, just to make sure that it's going to be very firm. So then when it's ready, you can literally just cut it in half so you have a perfect square. So this, it would be your matcha vegan brownies, and I can drizzle with some chocolate and some matcha powder. And this one was the chocolate bar matcha.
Here it is!
I can't wait to try that.
We have them. They're ready. It's amazing. So, try it.
Alright, I'm going with this one.
Cheers! Oh my god.
Look,
It's so good.
and this is matcha chocolate inside.
Happy St. Patrick's
Really
Day.
green.
So good. This brownie, amazing.
And this is the matcha chocolate bars. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you make it.
Yeah, we're eating, so we have priorities. We go celebrate.
So,
Enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm so happy.
Happy St. Patrick's Day! Bye, guys.
Bye.